I'll go back.
Mom's Diner, the heart of Pahrump, is open from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Something fun is always happening here, from the arrival of classic antique cars to watching the diner enjoy a Momstrosity burger. The food is so good, you'll think they stole your mama. Mom's Diner is open daily from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 1242 East State Street, number 100. Dine in or take out. Call 775-751-9929.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Good evening. Today is Wednesday, November 8th, 2023. Welcome to News 25. I'm Missy Kohler. A fire in rural community in Texas has led to a shelter-in-place order that is currently still in effect. RJ Camacho has this story.
On November 8th today, in rural Texas, a shelter-in-place order was given to residents after an explosion occurred at Sound Resource Solutions, a company responsible for managing various chemicals. This occurred in Shepherd, a rural community in Texas in San Jacinto County. According to the owner of the plant, Jeff Harfield, the explosion occurred due to an accident involving a forklift. However, the fire is still currently under investigation. It was reported by San Jacinto County Sheriff Greg Capers that an employee suffered minor burns to their body and was taken to the hospital. Initial reports indicated that the chemicals involved in the fire were flammable liquids, which potentially include diesel and turpentine. According to the Polk County Office of Emergency Management, the chemicals from the plant are toxic and can cause eye and skin irritation. According to Sheriff Capers, 19 employees were currently on duty at the time of the explosion. Even though a private school hosting approximately 31 children were near the site, they were safely evacuated through a pasture and reunited with parents. Jeff Harfield went on to state that the aforementioned injured employee is currently doing good and should be able to return home tonight. U.S. Highway 95 has been closed down and is remaining closed until further notice in both directions. According to Harfield, the company will be cooperating with both state and local environmental regulators to ensure safety for the public. He also ensures that any remediation work that would need to be done following this incident will be done so right away so that the community is unaffected.
Palestinians are still fleeing Gaza City, heading north in order to escape the ongoing ground operations from the Israeli military. Meanwhile, Italy is sending over a hospital ship for emergency medical needs for civilians.
The UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs has stated that approximately 15,000 people have fled Gaza, a spike compared to Monday's 5,000 or Tuesday's 2,000. The civilians fled during a 4-hour window that was set daily by the Israeli military in order to ensure safe passage from Gaza City southward. According to the aforementioned UN agency, the majority of those fleeing were children, the elderly, and those with disabilities. Many arrived on foot and with only minimal belongings. According to reports, some had to walk past Israeli tanks with their hands raised and waving white flags. Some have witnessed arrests being made while having to cross Israeli checkpoints in order to reach the south. However, many are still sheltering within the combat area and, according to reports, are hesitant to leave due to the lack of humanitarian aid in the evacuation areas southward, as well as the continuous airstrikes from the Israeli military. In the second month of the war, Palestinian deaths have passed over 10,000 4,500, which includes 4,300 children, according to the Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza. In other news regarding the war, according to U.S. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby, Israel is likely to maintain a military presence in Gaza for some time after the war ends. However, they continued stating that Israel would be making a mistake if they reoccupy the territory. Kirby was quoted stating that, "I think all of us can foresee a period of time after the conflict is over where Israeli forces will likely still be in Gaza and will have some initial security responsibilities." However, he continued on stating that it's still too soon to know the size, scale, and scope of the potential occupation. According to John Kirby, the U.S. was focusing on creating a long-term governance structure for Gaza after the current conflict ends. However, as of now, there has been little prospect in terms of a viable plan moving forward. Finally, Italy has been reported to be sending a hospital ship that is set to be stationed off the coast of Gaza in order to aid the Palestinian population. Defense Minister Guido Crosetto stated that the mission is a sign of Italy's closeness to the Palestinian people and their distance from the Hamas terrorists. The ship, dubbed Volcano, has 170 people on board, which include medical and military personnel, and is equipped with operating rooms. According to Crosetto, it will first head to Cyprus before getting as close as possible to the conflict zone in order to provide emergency medical support.
U.S. Senator Jackie Rosen joined a push demanding that the FTC chair investigate a merger from both Exxon and Chevron in order to prevent a big oil oligopoly. RJ Camacho has the details.
On November 2nd, Jackie Rosen joined an effort that demanded the chair of the FTC, or Federal Trade Commission, to begin an investigation and crackdown on big oil mergers that greatly reduce competition and drive up gas prices for drivers. According to the press release, Americans have dealt with the negative effects of unchecked big oil mergers for decades. In the 1990s alone, a wave of approximately 3,000 mergers caused a number of American energy companies to plummet, which led to the creation of a big oil oligopoly. An oligopoly is a market in which control over an industry lies in the hands of a few large sellers who own a dominant share of the market. In the letter wrote to Lena Khan, the FTC chair, it stated that Exxon and Chevron's operations downstream would enable them to redirect Pioneer and Hess's crude supply to themselves, away from and possibly to the detriment of their midstream competitors. These new market dynamics could result in price hikes for midstream consumers, and such added costs are passed downstream to retail customers, including drivers at gas stations.
The presidential election is next year, and the Nye County Clerk, Mark Kampf, is here to tell us about changes of the national preference primary coming up soon.
I wanted to talk to the citizens of Nye County about the presidential preference primary that some have been hearing about. Presidential preference primary has been scheduled for February 6th. Early voting will start on the 27th. There's only a week, roughly, of early voting in this presidential preference primary as opposed to 2 weeks in our regular primary and general election voting. That was by law that was established in 2021. AB 126 established the presidential preference primary, and it was encoded in the NRSs by NRS 298. Basically, it establishes a primary for the major political parties, and in the state of Nevada, that's the Republican and Democrat. The primary is a non-binding primary, and in other words, the parties are not required to use the results of the presidential preference primary. So when you look at the list of candidates on the Republican side, you won't see some of the obvious candidates, as the Nevada GOP has decided to have their own caucus, and that will be occurring on February 8th. They will use that caucus to determine their candidates, and so therefore you're not seeing all the candidates part of that caucus on this primary. Mike Pence, for example, is listed on the primary list for the presidential primary for the Republicans, but he dropped out after the cutoff period to get off the ballot. So you will continue to see his name on the ballot, but you won't see some of the other names that you might be more familiar with, because those have signed up to be part of the GOP caucus. But each party will be participating in this. We will conduct this as we do with every other election. A few different things about this is that because of the law, each voting location It's a vote center. So anybody from anywhere in the county can vote at any polling location. It's a little bit different than the way we handle our early voting for the primary and the general election, where we can specify which location someone should vote in. Another change that we should be aware of is we've added a polling location in Pahrump at Great Basin College. They've been gracious to allow us to have elections there, which will occur on Election Day. So even though each location anyone can vote in, I highly recommend that if you live south of 372, that you vote at Great Basin College, and if you live north of 372, you vote at the Bob Roode Center. After the people standing in the rain for 2 hours in November of 2022, I wasn't about to let that happen again. So we're working to make sure that we have more check-ins at each location and that we reduce the amount of time that anybody has to spend in line waiting to vote. Some additional items this time is we are helping our seniors who have trouble getting to the polls to vote. So we've set up some early voting times at the Pahrump Senior Center, Inspirations, the Amargosa Senior Center, the Beatty Senior Center, and the Tonopah Senior Center. 4 hours of voting just for the seniors who tend to go there. Now, we can't prevent anyone from going to those polling locations, but we ask that you respect the seniors who regularly go there, who we're doing this to make it easier for them.
When we come back, we'll tell you all about a Veterans Day observance ceremony taking place this weekend. We'll be back.
At Lerner & Rowe, we've recovered billions of dollars for over 150,000 clients, with over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone.
We're getting more money for more people, period. Results matter.
Call 877-1500.
Ever thought about getting into the trucking industry? Well, might we suggest Ponderosa Dairies in Amargosa Valley? They're currently seeking experienced CDL drivers to haul hay, grain, and milk while earning up to $2,000 a week. This isn't a job, it's a career. Whether you hit the open road or drive around Nevada's biggest dairy, they offer a great wage, benefits, and 401k retirement package. If you have what it takes to be a good hand, isn't it time you ride for the brand? The beautiful Ponderosa Dairies are currently hiring qualified CDL drivers who have doubles and tankers endorsements, as well as the ability to drive a standard transmission. They also need drivers with the ability to operate a front-end loader. If this is you, call for Ed now. 702-682-3339. That number again is 702-682-3339. Send an email with your information to ap@ponderosadairy.com. Come join the family at Ponderosa Dairy.
At Nathan Adelson Hospice, we know that when your loved one no longer wants to treat their life-limiting illness, their priorities change, and it's a tough decision. But the Nathan Adelson Hospice team is here to guide you so you can focus on what truly matters, your time together. And for almost 50 years, Nathan Adelson Hospice has been the organization Southern Nevadans trust. It's the choice of a lifetime. Choose Nathan Adelson Hospice.
Welcome to Gold Standard X, your reliable partner for gold and silver asset diversification. We offer alternatives with precious metals, rare coins, and sets to combat uncertainty. Call 1-800-265-1246 or visit goldstandardx.com.
Hi, Norma Jean here to talk about selling your home in Pahrump. Are you ready to sell? Trust Realty Executives in Action, your local experts in maximizing value. From pricing to closing, we handle it all with the care your home deserves. Call us today and start packing.
If you have to call an 800 number to talk to your attorney, you probably called the wrong attorney.
Lerner & Rowe is your local law firm with local offices, and we're committed to giving you the best service possible.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by John Air. For all your heating and air conditioning needs, call 775-751-2372.
Welcome back. Veterans Day is this Saturday, November 11th, and the Disabled American Veterans of Chapter 15 is holding a Veterans Day observance ceremony. News 25 caught up with Linda Wright to tell us more.
I'm Linda Wright, and I want to invite you to the Veterans Day ceremony that's going to be held here at Chief Tacoma on this coming Saturday, Veterans Day, from 3 to 4:30. So please come out and help us celebrate our veterans. Thank you.
Trying to figure out what to do for Veterans Day? Well, Death Valley National Park will be waiving its fees on November 11th in order to honor Veterans Day. Even though the park will still be applying camping fees, a temporary shallow lake at Badwater Basin and an astronomy program make this a great time to visit. The Las Vegas Astronomical Society and NPS Park Rangers will be hosting an astronomy program Friday and Saturday nights, where park rangers that are present will be conducting walks and talks on a variety of topics until mid-April. Badwater Basin's temporary lake, which was created from Hurricane Hillary, is expected to last a few more weeks, according to park rangers. Keep in mind, however, that while the park's main attractions are open, many of the secondary roads are still closed due to flood damage. For more information, you can visit nps.gov. Here's Mikey with a look at sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports. Let's see how the Golden Knights will respond after losing their first game of the season. They're taking on the red-hot Los Angeles Kings this evening. They've won 3 in a row. Raiders coming off their first win in 3 games. They play the New York Jets on Sunday. Aces coach Becky Hammon is returning to ESPN as a part-time NBA analyst for the season. And in indoor football news, Vegas Nighthawks released their schedule. They kick off their season in Arizona against the Rattlers March 24th. Their first home game is March 31st against the Jacksonville Sharks. That's your look at sports on News 25.
Unless you want a ticket, keep those seatbelts buckled at all times, especially during this upcoming campaign from Nevada law enforcement's Joining Forces program.
Nevada Highway Patrol will be joining forces with other law enforcement agencies in Nevada for the Joining Forces Seatbelt Enforcement Campaign, dubbed Click It or Ticket. The Click It or Ticket campaign aims to increase participation from law enforcement by coordinating highly visible patrols across the entire state of Nevada. In just September 2023, there have been 287 fatalities on Nevada roadways, with 50 being unrestrained motorists, according to the Nevada Highway Patrol. Also, according to the Zero Fatalities Nevada website, 22% of Nevada's total fatalities are unbelted. Wearing your seatbelt can reduce the risk of getting seriously injured or dying in a crash by 50%. This will be going on from November 10th until November 30th. Officers will be enforcing a no-excuse approach for seatbelt enforcement, and citations will be issued during the event.
Veterans Day is this Saturday, November 11th, and News 25 is putting the spotlight on veteran-owned businesses. Today, we spotlight the Tumbler Lady.
Hi, I'm Bridgette Whaley from the Tumbler Lady. I am prior service, United States Air Force, presidential support from NORAD Satellite Communications. I want to thank all veterans for their service and all active duty. Keep doing what you're doing. We need you. Thanks for your protection.
Hi, I'm Joseph from UFO We Want to Know, and I'm here to tell you about the Tumbler Lady at the Farmers Market at Tractor Supply in Pahrump every Saturday from 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon. These tumblers are locally made and have specialized designer toppers. Great gifts for Christmas or any holiday, and all can be custom made upon request by emailing the tumblerlady1@gmail.com. Also, you can purchase tumblers and mugs that I mentioned on UFO We Want to Know, aired every Saturday at 7 p.m. on KPVM TV channel 25.1. Thanks for supporting local Pahrump businesses.
When we come back, we'll talk about a dog looking for a forever home with Never Forgotten Animal Society. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm attorney Jonathan Nelson of J.K. Nelson Law. We've been honored to be recognized by Best of Las Vegas and receive the Best Attorney in Pahrump for the past 4 years running. Awards are great, but helping clients get the money they deserve is why we're in business. After you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important not to listen to the insurance companies. Give us a call today, 775-727-9900. With offices in Pahrump, Southwest Vegas, and Summerlin, our team is here ready to fight for you for the money you're entitled to. So give us a call today.
What's something you should know about Valley Electric Association? We're focused on our community right here in Pahrump. We're a member-owned co-op that's doing big things, like providing more opportunities for the people who call our town home. We're talking about more jobs in our neighborhoods, where they belong, and that's how we make a stronger Pahrump. In other words, together, we're doing powerful things. Visit us at vea.coop to learn more.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. Christy Zigman from Never Forgotten Animal Society is here to tell us about a three-legged, wonderful dog named Queenie looking for a forever home.
Today's Rescue a Pet segment is brought to you by Realty Executives in Action. Put the team at Realty Executives in action for you.
So this is Queenie. Queenie is a Queensland healer. She came to us from Riverside. We saved her life as well as the other 37 from Riverside a few months ago. She is a sweet, sweet dog. She unfortunately had a very, very rough start to her life. She is about a year old and had a horrible accident. We don't know exactly what happened, but it left her right front leg injured, and we needed to amputate it when she got here to us. It does not slow her down though, it doesn't hinder her at all. She is an absolute sweetheart. She loves to walk, she loves to run, she loves to play, and we would love for her to be in a fabulous home. So this is Queenie, Queenie. We are located at 3091 North David. That is the corner of Bell Vista and David. Our phone number is 775-537-8674. Come down and meet Queenie today.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Going outside with the Lerner and Rowe weather cam, still pretty breezy today, and I thought it felt a little cool. I could have used a sweatshirt. John will tell us more. Weather's up next.
The hardware store that has it all. Pahrump Rentals and Do It Best Hardware. Quality tools including a massive channel lock product line, plumbing, indoor and outdoor growing supplies, custom hydraulic hoses, custom paint matching, key cutting. And we're more than just hardware. A huge hobby and art department, homeopathic remedies, Myers Natural Cleaning Products, Duke Cannon men's products, gourmet nuts and licorice, local honey and bee pollen, and all kinds of unique gifts. Shop local, everything. If you don't see it, we can get it at Pahrump Rentals and Do It Best Hardware.
Not sure where to turn to answer all your Medicare questions? Well, visit the Medicare Resource Center this annual enrollment period. In fact, you'll get a complimentary pie for every plan review we do. No obligation at all. Just come and visit us at the Medicare Resource Centers. Our friendly agents will be here to help you and answer all of your questions. Don't forget, we're local. We know our local market, we know the local doctors, we know the local plans. We're here to help you this annual enrollment period.
It's Black Friday at Saida Trudeau, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram all month long. Why wait till Black Friday to get big savings? At Saida Trudeau, we are having the Black Friday sales event all month. You can save thousands on every Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram we have in stock. Huge savings on all new 2023 Jeep Cherokees, Grand Cherokees, Compasses, and Wagoneers. Save with special financing on all new 2023 Dodge Chargers and Challengers. Take advantage of special offers on all brand new 2023 Ram trucks, Chrysler Pacificas, and 300s. If you're looking for the best sales event of the year, it's happening now with the Black Friday sales event. Come see us today.
Saida Trudeau, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, your original local hometown dealer. We want only to be the best.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, all up and down the East Country Radio Network and your computer or mobile device at kpvm.tv. It's a great station, 8 channels of digital entertainment at your fingertips. It's super fine. Up in Fernley, it's 51 degrees, 52 in Fallon, and Carson City, like Fernley's action, decided to get 51 of their own, and they did. Tonopah, 47 degrees. You're the Cool Spot Award winner. Congratulations, Goldfield. A solid number 2 at 48. Who couldn't use that? 61 in Beatty. It's 68 in Amargosa with the Hot Spot Award winners congratulating each other, backslapping and doing the whole thing. Out in Las Vegas at 64, in Death Valley 77, and here in the Paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look. Current temperature 60 degrees. Not too shabby. 65 just a little bit earlier. Perfect room temperature. Hardly even need to chill that wine, do you? Winds out of the north to 12 miles per hour were a little bit much for me, actually. Sun rose this morning at 6:13 with those winds and expired at 4:41. We're plunged into darkness, ultimately a low tonight of 39 chilly degrees with winds at 13 miles per hour out of the north. That's how you like those northern winds. Chilly, but what about the rest of the week? Well, let's take a look. Sunshine tomorrow. Actually, the next 3-4 days, pretty nice stretch of sunshine. Temperatures coming up from the mid-60s and heading towards the mid-70s. And then quite a bit of wind coming our way and clouds Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. In fact, we might have some rain on Wednesday. I'm not sure if it's like the gully washing kind of rain or the sprinkle dankle kind of rain. We'll keep an eye on it for you. Let you know what kind of rain to expect, all right? A little stinging rain, big fat rain, who knows? All right, back to the desk. Here's Missy Kohler.
Put that extra blanket on the bed. Thanks, John. That'll do it for us tonight here at News 25. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Missy Kohler. Hope you have a great night.
Welcome to Gold Standard X, your reliable partner for gold and silver asset diversification. We offer alternatives with precious metals, rare coins, and sets to combat uncertainty. Call 1-800-265-1246 or visit goldstandardx.com.
Thank you.